Hi folks, it's Evo here from Thundermist Lure Company, and welcome to today's cooking episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. And on today's episode, we're going to run the traditional beer batter fish and chip style fish, and we're going to use a traditional Thundermist recipe. Very simple and excellent to use. And it's simple ingredients. All we've got 1 cup of flour, we have a 1/4 cup of cornmeal, I've got 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and I also have 1 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning. And for the beer, we're going to use 2/3 of a cup of beer. And of course, vegetable oil for frying. Now with the beer, if you want, you could use non-alcoholic beer. One way or another, it both comes out really well. And quite simply, we're going to take all our ingredients, put them in a bowl. Put all your ingredients, all the dry ingredients first, ideally. Put your dry ingredients in. And then whisk them together, just to get them mixed up. Okay. Now you add your 2/3 cup of beer, whether it's regular or non-alcoholic. And you can whisk those all together. Now, if you really do not like beer, you could use water, you could use milk, as long as you have 2/3 of a cup of liquid. Now, this batter is a little bit thick, so I think I went a little bit light on the beer. I'm going to add another 1/3 of a cup. Okay, so now that's a thick batter. You could use it that thick if you like, but I like it a little bit thinner so that you have a thinner, crispier outside to the fish. So I'm going to add another 1/3 cup. So that brings it now to 1 cup of beer. And this now will be a lot thinner and it'll make a nice thin crispy. So it depends what you like. If you like thin and crispy, go with the 1 cup of beer. If you like it a little bit thicker, go with 2/3 cup. Okay, so now that we've got that all whisked together, now comes the fun part. I've got my fillets, and what I've done with the fillets is I pat them all dry with just with some paper towel, and I cut the fillets in half. I like them in half. I like them about 4-inch pieces because they cook better all the way around as opposed to cooking the one big long fillet. So I'm going to take all my fillets and put them into the beer batter and just mix them around. Get them all coated with the beer batter. Meanwhile, my oil now, my frying pan is on. I'm going to heat up the oil, get it good and hot, and make sure that the fillets are all covered. Okay, now if you don't have a thermometer, the easy way to tell if your oil is ready is just take some of your batter, drop it in, and you see how it goes to the bottom and it rises right away and floats? That's how you know the oil is ready. See that, how it comes to the top? If you drop it in and it sinks and it stays sunk, then you know it's not hot enough. But that oil is perfectly ready right now. Okay, with our oil now ready and our fish totally coated, I'm going to take the fillet out, just let a little bit of the excess run off, and drop that right into the hot oil just like so. Going to get another piece going, same thing, dropped into the hot oil just like so. And you know what, for good measure, we're going to put one more in there. Okay, drop that into the hot oil just like so. Okay, so now I'm going to let this cook until it starts to brown, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it. I'm only going to flip it once, and when it's all nice and golden brown, that's how I know when they're going to be ready. Okay, these are ready to flip. It doesn't take that long. You can see that's already starting to brown. Literally a minute or so, that's all you need. And let's get this one a flip as well. There we go. That's a nice, perfect color right there. Oh, these are going to be really good. I'll let that cook for about another minute or so. They'll be totally golden brown, and then they're coming out. Okay, so these are just about done now. And one of the tips I like to do as well, you see I've got a metal grate over here. Rather than putting these on a plate, I put them on this metal grate, and what happens is any oil is going to drip down onto the paper towel, but what it does is it keeps the fish crispy. If you put it on a flat plate, what will happen is the bottom will get soggy. This way, totally crispy, 100%, and that's what you want, that nice, crisp, fish fried flavor. Okay, I just took a few more minutes and finished cooking the rest of those fillets. Look at that, doesn't that look delicious? And we're gonna find out exactly how it tastes. It's got that nice crunch. The right amount of spice. Delicious. Folks, the classic, this is Thundermist's classic beer batter fish with simple ingredients that you probably have at home right now. And don't forget the tip with the metal grate, because that will make a difference. Leave your fish nice and crispy, and wow, is it ever good. Folks, hope you've enjoyed today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips, and hope you get a chance to give this beer batter a try. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, until next time, good luck, good fishing, and bon appetit. Oh my, this is really good. Now we'll just mix that all around, get all the flavors incorporated into that tomato. And this is where you're going to want to add your salt and your pepper, is at this stage.